Ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. Mohammed Butt. Core competencies or your part 3, especially 2 and 3rd attempt. If somebody is going, listen to this video till end to come to a conclusion that what you're going to do and how you're going to do it. I'm going to give you a few points here now. That when you go for part 3, number 1, that it's yourself, your knowledge, your information, your understanding, and how you deliver in your lessons with the pupil of yours, and how you have been doing, and what is your paperwork, like what went well today, how did it go, what things that needs improving, and what we're going to do next week. Things like that with a few pupils. That paperwork needs to be there, that the examiner, even though if they don't look, they will ask you for it, and you should have that. And also when you start doing things like this with the people, you will come to understand that you will put in those things into practical with yourself and with your learner, and you not just going for the normal lessons. And like I said previously, that you are just trying to cover the franchise fee and all that. It's just one of those things. I'm not blaming, and if somebody is quite happy, they can do that. I'm not blaming people why you taking, and I'm not going into that side of it, but I'm just telling you the consequences of it, because in a normal life, when you are struggling, when you go into this, you have pressure of part 3 that I should pass, and then you have pressure of the franchise and jobs and the learners and things like that. So number 1 is that you should know that what you've been doing and your skills, and that what you've learned from your trainer, that should be checked by a trainer while giving live lessons, and then adjusting anything that you need. Then you need to plan the lessons according to that time frame with your learner, that the learner that you're thinking of taking. And I will always say you should have 3 options all time. That 3 options mean that pupil number 1, pupil number 2, pupil number 3, male, female, no problem. And once you've been planning the lesson with them, once the trainer has been assessing you from behind, and once somebody sits back, that is kind of breaking your barrier of the hesitation and that nerves and things like that, that when the examiner sits, that the nerves that you pick up and pressure and all that, then you will be starting going into it, and the time frame in yours, debrief and the recap. So once you get to this stage, you should have your knowledge tested by your trainer. Then the pupil main character that you take in, that should be somebody who can understand you and you understand them according to your own communication skills. Once you are into the test and you've got that pupil, you got to understand this, that it's your test, it's your day, it's your 45 minutes. So you're not with somebody who is making constantly mistakes of the previous topics that you have been gone through. You are taking somebody who is quite trained, or the test ready, or they know about the car, and they are confident about the things when they listen to you, when they react to things that you say and you tell them. There are many learners, when you tell them, they don't listen, they don't understand. It takes time because they are concentrating out there, and their listening power is very less in the car to react to your wordings. So when they don't react to your wordings, then you are in trouble. Furthermore, you need to have that pupil, and that pupil should be having no control issues like forgetting gear, or forgetting the how to change gears, or stressing with the gear, or if it's automatic, they have like moving off and stopping problem, or they have a steering problem, or they are less confident. Hope this helps, and you need to understand these. That skills, again, you and your pupil, again, it should be tested by and verified by your trainer while they sit back, not just one session, 2 sessions. They should be sitting back a full 45 minutes with yourselves according to the lesson plan and the debrief, and it should not be more than two people, two, you learner, you and the trainer. If there are any more, then that means everybody's got different lesson plan, everybody's got different skills to transfer and choose the day for their test. So if it's more than that, and if it's just online classes, they won't help you. The help is that your skills that you learn, it should be in a pattern, because everything that you teach is organized through the syllabus of teaching, through the skills of teaching. It came up like that. And if you sit with somebody and they guide you through that, if you're teaching this, what question you should ask about the previous, if you're teaching this, previous, if you're teaching this, previous, and then previous means that the question and the answer, it should be up to that level, up to that confidence, up to that things. Like one of the example I used to give you, and I'm still giving you, that if somebody is doing approaching junction turning right, they should have more knowledge, they should have more understanding, and you should ask them W words question, that about the approaching junction turning left. Which mirror would you check now when it comes to approaching junction turning right? Because in the approaching junction turning left, you've told them mirrors in pair, center, left. Now when they're turning right, you're not going to tell them this, which mirrors you will check center right. You're not going to say that. You will just say which mirrors will you check at this stage when you're turning right. So in the approaching turning left, you've told them center left mirrors you will check when you're turning left, center right when you're turning right. That somehow it will come out in the approaching junction turning left. But when you actually teaching that learner approaching junction turning right, you will ask them only this, but which mirrors will you check when we start doing approaching junction turning right? That's it. You will hold up there and let the learner decide what the answer will be. Where would you keep your position? Junction turning right. Because junction turning left, you've told them keep a meter away from yellow line, from gutters, don't drive into gutters, 1 meter away from the curb. You've given them the references if they have a struggle. I'm not going into that nitty-gritty again, because you know when it comes to teaching the pupil, there's so many things that will be happening. Like I given you example for the approaching junction turning left, there's a 3 that you tell them first, 1 meter away from curb, 1 meter away from yellow line, don't drive into gutters, keep close to gutters but not into gutters, you consequences, gutters, nails, blah blah blah. And if they're still not understanding, then you have to physically give them that reference point, where should they look, and in the dashboard that will be a meter away gap, and that's again it's a more in detail with the learner, but it's a PDI's idea, that is there for you. So the W word question for the next, so that's why you will get into that pattern, and that pattern will help you then to pass. And core competencies, again, that will be a back computer, back software that you will be updating all the time to verify that what was the lesson plan, P, what was the area A, like I said, PAA, PAAA, that the plan, area, ability, and the adoption. So these are 4 things that you will be always working through with it, and help yourself. The organizing yourself with the discipline for 45 minutes, that's the main thing. And again, if something happens at the end of the test, even if it takes a longer, you will not just discontinue the lesson or end the lesson. I will talk about this next. Hope this helps. Thanks.